The first program we need to install is QGIS. This is free and open source geographic information software. If you already have it installed, which some of you may, just skip this video and go to problem 2.1 and give us a screenshot of what you've got. But for those of you who don't have it, let me show you how to get it. Go to the internet, qgis.org, enter that, and you should get a screen that looks like this. The most recent version is 2.16. However, and go to this download now button right here, we are going to be using the long-term release instead of the latest release. There's really no problem using latest release. If that's what you have, that's okay. But the long-term release is supported for at least a year by the QGIS people, so that's nice. We have a 64-bit system based on some of the requirements that we've talked about already. So just click on this here and you should get a question about how you want to download, depending on the browser you're using. By the way, I'm using Firefox with an extension called Download Them All, which is really nice when you're downloading large files and if your power goes out or your connection gets interrupted. But for now, I'm just going to say Save File, and that will go to your download section. Okay, and when this is done, you can go to your download file, and you should be able to see the downloaded file. So this is a large file. It's 362 megabytes or so. If you've gotten this from a friend or you've gotten it on a stick or something, that's fine. Obviously, go that way too. But to install the program, let's do it. Just simply double click here, and QGIS will then take us through whatever it needs to do to get the system set up. Okay, depending on the version you're running, you might see something like this. Say yes, and here comes QGIS. Select next, select I agree, next. You don't need to install these larger example data sets because we're not going to be using them and they're quite large. And then just install the program. This will run for several minutes to, well, it depends on your system. But for now, let's just see what happens. We're going to go through this. And as it completes, I'll come back. Alright, fine, that finished. That took about 8 minutes on my computer. Your results may vary, hopefully faster, maybe a little bit slower. But let's click Finish, and we will then be done with the installation. But first, let's start up QGIS. You should get a series of icons on your desktop. Right? If we click into here, you'll see a whole package of icons. And what I'm going to do is take this main icon, which is the QGIS desktop, which is what we're going to be using, and put it right down into my dock down here. You don't have to do that. If you want to just start QGIS from right here, that's fine. But I'm going to start it like, well, you know what, I'll click right here. And let's start QGIS and see what happens. Okay, so when you start QGIS for the first time, you'll probably get this QGIS tips that comes up. These are nice. You might leave them on for as long as you want. I'm just going to toggle that off and they won't bother me anymore. In the next video, we're going to talk a little bit about the interface, but this is what you need for problem 2.1, a screenshot of this page right here, which shows that you've installed QGIS somehow. Good job.